Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave, and this is your match preview for our team, Wolverhampton Wanderers, taking on Chelsea, who've just lost their manager Frank Lampard, on Wednesday evening at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. So yes, Wolves are back into Premier League action, desperately needing points on the board, and a victory would be nice. It's a tough ask, always going to be a tough ask against Chelsea, always considered one of the, shall we say, the top six sides. But Wolves have obviously had aspirations of breaking into that top six, which looks very far-fetched for this year, especially on the run that we're on. Chelsea just coming off the back of a 3-1 victory in the Cup against Luton. A pretty comprehensive performance and hat-trick for Tammy Abraham. Wolves just about scraping past a very dire game against non-league CHEWOL 1-0. And of course both teams not on the best of form, and to that fact today Chelsea have parted company with their legend player and manager Frank Lampard. Roman Abramovich sacking his 10th player since he took over, sacking his 10th manager since he took over the club, and they're expected to appoint Thomas Tuchel, who was manager of PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, and previously Borussia Dortmund, doing well there. Chelsea are hoping to have him in post for the Wolves game, but whether or not he'll take direct charge or just sit like in the director's box and watch, and they'll appoint an assistant in charge before that game, remains to be seen. But it certainly sets up a very interesting, if it wasn't already, tie. Both teams, as I say, desperate for points. Roman Abramovich not happy that Chelsea are on 29 points, Wolves currently only on 22 points. And I do have a theory about this game, which I will share with you when I give you my match prediction. But in terms of the team that Wolves are likely to go with, and of course we've got my dad coming on shortly with his thoughts as well, I think the signs are that Nuno is going to go back to that back three. He played it against CHEWOL. I think they desperately need to grind out results. We're not in a relegation battle as yet. We're still a fair way away from that. But if we don't start picking up points and results, we could get dragged into it, which is something we really don't want. But I also will say, with 19 games to go, just bear in mind, Wolves only need to win 4 games and 2 or 3 draws, and we're safe. And we've also got the new striker, Willian Jose, that is signed and just awaiting international clearance to be able to start for Wolves. He's not expected to be available for Chelsea, but hopefully back for Palace at the weekend. So my team is Patricio back in goal. Back three, Cody, Bolly and Saeed. We know Marcel's out medium term, so Aït-Nouri, who's been doing okay, will continue. I expect that Semedo will be back in on the other side as the wing backs. In the middle, probably a 3, Dendoncker, Moutinho and Neves. And then up front, it's a no-brainer, Neto starting. And I think possibly he may start Adama Traore as well. Obviously that could be switched with Fabio Silva. I can't see Catroni starting. He looks as though, he looked disinterested in the game against CHEWOL. Maybe that's being a bit harsh. If it still sticks to the back three, the other option is to stick to a 3-4-3, in which they drop one of the midfielders and maybe bring Silva in as the spearhead for the attack. It depends obviously on how Nuno sees it. I think Chelsea could be relatively cautious, although they can be quite offensive going forward, and I think Wolves will be there looking to sort of grind out the result, stay compact. I don't think we'll be going as forward as much as we have been with the back four, but hopefully getting our chances. But I'll come on to my thoughts on that, my theory, in a minute. Before we go any further, let's go across to my dad, Magic Moss, to see and hear his thoughts ahead of this one. Hey Dad, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you, young David?
I'm not too bad, Dad, not too bad.
Obviously, good.
Yeah, looking forward to the Chelsea game. Obviously on Wednesday.
Yeah.
What do you?
No problem.
What? That's not what you were saying to me the other day. You need to be honest about your score prediction.
Well, I was a little bit upset, but no, I get them right. I get it right.
Dad, what's that you've got in your hand today? That looks a bit odd.
This is Oswald.
Can we see Oswald, please? Hold your arm out a bit. Hold the camera away from you.
That's him. Okay.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn. Well, we need a little bit of magic, Moss. So, Dad, you heard that Frank Lampard's been sacked today?
I have heard, David. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Shame, really, but that's life, ain't.
It seems a little...
He ain't short of a bob or two, sir.
No, it seems a bit harsh, though, doesn't it? And you also...
Yeah.
And do you know that it's Nuno's and Adama Traore's birthday today?
Hang on a bit. Say that again.
It interests me when you're deaf and then you move your glasses, but I said, do you know it's Nuno's and Adama Traore's birthday today? Nuno's 47 and Traore's 25. Anything you'd like to say to them?
I wish him happy birthday.
Fantastic.
Score some blinking goals.
Sounds good. So, Dad, what's your thoughts about the Chelsea game? Honest thoughts and score prediction.
Well, I think we'll beat them, yeah, no problem.
That's not what you were saying to me after the Chorley game. You were saying I can't see where our next win's coming from.
I was a little bit upset about, Crawley, but... Chorley, Yeah. But they'll get it right. He'll get it right now. Now he's a great bloke. We've had some good times with him. So, we don't want to change him. They'll get it right.
So what does...
With that new fella coming in, hopefully.
Yeah, that's William Jose.
When hands are back.
Well, we need him back soon. So what's your score prediction for Chelsea?
2-0.
And who's scoring the goals?
Petro Neto. Have I got that right?
It's close enough, Dad.
Oh. And we'll have Bolly.
And what's Bolly's first name?
Ryan.
Willie Bolly.
Yeah, Willie Bolly. He'd have to named after me. I'm a Willie.
You're a William as well as a Morris. Willie. Oh no, Dad. And what does Oswald think? What's Oswald think?
Oh, he thinks he's with me. No problem. So yeah, hey? What do you say? He wants to know.
Dad, I honestly do not know where you're finding all these things. It's like, I reckon you've got a cuddly toy shop at the bottom of the road and you keep going and borrowing them one. How many blooming cuddly toys you've got, I just don't know, Dad. There's a different one every video. Anyway, Dad, thank you very, very much.
Hang on a bit. Do you ever get one of those days, Paul, when everything's right?
No, when nothing goes right from morning till night.
When everything's right from morning till
night. No, Dad. That's not the words. It's an Elvis song. It's, you ever get one of those days, boys? Ever get one of those days when nothing goes right from morning till night?
But they'll get it right.
Yeah, all right, Dad. Fantastic. My dad's a big Elvis fan. Fantastic. Right, love you lots, Dad.
Love you, sunshine. Look after yourself. And everybody else, look after yourself.
Fantastic, Dad. Love ya.
Love ya.
Thanks again to my dad. He always makes us laugh, doesn't he? And I know you love to see him, so I keep ringing him up and getting him on. And every time he comes on, he's got a different cuddly toy, let's face it, with him. I don't know where he's getting them from, to be honest. Anyway, on to my score prediction. Now, my theory that I was talking about is that this bad run that Wolves are on started just after Pedro Neto's added time winner against Chelsea, and since then we've been on a really poor run of form. We've lost 7, but 6 of those have only been by the closest of margins. But my theory is that was the top, and playing Chelsea again is the tail, and that's going to be the end of this poor run, and we've got the new striker coming in. So I'm going to say that Wolves are going to be very compact and tight. We've been conceding first in 9 of the last Premier League games. We've conceded first, and in last 12 Premier League games we've not kept a clean sheet. So I'm going to say we're going to keep a clean sheet, and we're going to nick it by 1-0 and get the 3 points. I nearly went with a draw, but I decided if I'm going to save my theory, then we've got to win the game, haven't we? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Pedro Neto or Traore winner. I'd love to see Traore surging through on a break like he did against that when we beat Man City last season. That would be kind of cool. And it is Traore's birthday today, and it's also Nuno's birthday today. So happy birthday, Nuno. Happy birthday, the electric-heeled Traore. And let's hope that the birthday present that we both want for you is a goal and 3 points against Chelsea. Fingers crossed. Hope you'll join me for the Chelsea versus Wolves live show and watch along. And after that, don't forget to join me and Amy for the post-match phone-in show. Extra time. I'll put the links to both of those so you can save it and set your reminders on the end screen. Until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Fingers crossed for 3 points. Always Wolves.